名前なんだっけ？うち名前覚えるの苦手でさ。
おお、高倉健です。
What would you do in a world where you find out that not only aliens exist, but so does ghost and basically that occult lifestyle? All those things that you should be scared of under your bed actually exist, and the people from other universes existed. Well, what would you do? Freak the F out is what you would do. So, Dandadan, I was super skeptical about this show just because for the sole reason of over and over and over again the last like 5 years, these anime that have come out that have been overhyped, like Chainsaw Man, have just kind of let me down quite a bit. Like they have been hyped to the moon, but then actually watching them, they've been just mostly good to okay. So when Dandadan came and was getting ready to come out, and I started seeing this hype cycle begin happening on social media and Reddit and Twitter, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to take a step back and just look at the plot, look at the synopsis, and like I was like, it sounds okay, but wow, this must be the best episode of the season so far. I honestly think the first episode was like 10 out of 10. From the really groovy like OP that we had to the really cool ED that we had that featured like the lucky cat, like both of those things, okay, just freaking F fire, like F for fire, for real, for real. Then on top of that, you have just the right amount of fan service this episode, featuring Ayase almost getting just torn up by these aliens. Like that's just wild to me. So the right perfect amount of fan service for us as viewers. Like, oh my gosh, that's how you do fan services. You don't shove it in people's face. You just kind of, it just exists. Like, okay. And then you top all of that. So all of these things that make the perfect sandwich, you top it off with that perfect bun of comedy and funny. I haven't laughed as hard during a opening so far in the season, probably honestly all month. Well, considering we're only 3 days into the month. Since last month, I haven't laughed as hard as I did this episode. I mean, you have a ghost granny yelling, "Give me your weenie." Like, that's my type of humor, like to the nth degree. If you guys have never watched the movie called Accepted, I definitely say go out and watch it. It's with the dude from Superbad, but he basically he dresses up in a hot dog and he yells, "Ask me about my wiener." Like, it's the funniest thing. So this basically harken that type of comedy to me with the grandma yelling like, "Give me your weenie." Oh my god, it's just, that's the funniest shit I've seen all season long, like in a month. Like that's like the funniest stuff ever. Then you had Ayase going and getting ravaged by the aliens yelling, "We need your banana." Like, what does that even mean? Yo, and she's like, "Yo, no, I didn't even give my virginity to the other dude. I'm not gonna let you aliens take my virginity from me. I refuse." And they're like, "Oh, she's breaking through our psychokinesis like with just sheer willpower." Funny stuff. Just like, you know, funny stuff. Like just really, really, really funny. But like I that premise of what happens when you have a, you know, alien loving UFO believer dude and this girl who believes in the occult and ghost and like, you know, that level of belief, and they come together and they find out that they're both right. That's wild stuff. So now we have what the hell was this guy's name? Ken Takakura, which for whatever reason she fantasizes, this Momo girl fantasizes about a guy named Ken Takakura. I'm not really sure where it comes from, maybe a manga or like a show or something that she watched. And this dude happens to have the exact match of the name. So she gets hot, wet, and bothered by this, and she was been looking for it. And she finds out that she starts to have those funny feelings, and then he comes and says, "Oh, I'm Ken Takakura." And instead of her exploding, it shows the UFO exploding behind her. Just funny stuff. So basically, she found her soulmate in the anime, and we still have yet to see the, you know, hot ass grandma, which I assume is Momo's grandma, who's supposed to be like, you know, if they call like old dude Zaddy, she must be like, I don't even know what you would call that, like Zama. She's the Zama. like a hot mama. I don't know, hama. It's called something, but we have yet to even see that. So first episode, they nailed it. They set the tone, they set the plot, they set the story, they set the level of fan service, and they set up the level of comedy that we can come and find. So honestly, this episode was a 10 out of 10. No bullshit, no lying, and my expectations were low. Okay, so my expectations were like, I'm gonna come in and I may or may not like this. This might be like what kind of reminds me of like the first episode of Chainsaw Man or the first episode of Marshall. I might come in and be like, well, you know, I see why people like it, but I don't know if I'm sold on it yet. This one though, like Jesus, like it came and it just hit me in the face. Like, I was gonna say something, but I'll let that one go. I'll be like, yo, like Momo's tickle bitties gonna come and hit me in the face. It hit me in the face. Like I'm all for it. And then the ED was awesome. The OP was dope. I don't know what the fuck they said in the OP, but it was dope. The ED with the Lucky Cat was really, really cool as well too. So yeah, Dandadan, like they're nailing it. So they also announced today too. I saw it earlier on My Anime News, something like that. I saw that this is scheduled for 12 episodes. So we're gonna get 12 episodes with today's premiere. Fantastic. Momo and Ken are two really good characters. They have really good chemistry. I love Momo's just like tenacity, like her just losing it on those kids, her losing it on that boyfriend that she had, or ex-boyfriend, her losing it on Ken when he calls her out about being so like, oh, you believe in ghosts? They don't exist. It's dumb. Them on the phone with each other. This episode just really, really hit. But that Turbo Granny though, give me your weenie. Best moment of the season. So yeah, I'm leaving you guys on those thoughts there. Dandadan, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Best episode 1 of the season so far. And this is how you do it. Episode 1 is you come in and you say, get over here, little bitch. And you grab your viewers and you say, I ain't gonna let you go for 12 episodes. You're in for a hell of a ride. That's how anime needs to happen. And I say this over and over and over again, but anime continues, like the anime industry continues to not understand that episode 1 is just so crucial and important, especially if you're in Japan and you're launching on TV and you expect somebody to come and watch your show at 7 or 8 or 9 or 12 a.m. You need to come and just like episode 1 needs to be this killer app, and you need to come and say like, I got you. You're here for the whole ride. That's what this episode did. So I'm very proud of the studio. This studio here, the ones that did it, I know Aniplex did it. Yeah, Aniplex and Manachi Broadcasting System. I don't know who the F they are. But they're the ones that did this episode, or that are doing this is Aniplex. So they really nailed it. So Dandadan, awesome. This is going to be a killer app for Netflix this season. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, my friends. I'll see you guys 1,000,000%. I don't even care if this gets 2 views. I'm going to be here next week for episode 2. See you guys then.